Good morning. It's January 31st, Friday, the last day of the week of session. We've had 3 weeks now. They've had more and more bills dropping that you can find on the internet. By way of update, House Bill 1077, which is the Uniform Law on the Transfer on Death Deed Bill, that was heard in committee, and it was on the floor yesterday, Thursday, and it passed unanimously. 67 in favor and 3 excused. Our other bill, which is shared parenting, is Senate Bill 74. That's scheduled for 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning before Senate Judiciary. I reported last week about our concern on House Bill 1066, which would allow people with a concealed weapon permit to pack their guns in the courthouses and courtrooms and the Capitol and so forth. And the bar commissioners voted to have me try to kill that bill. It came out of committee 8-5, heavily amended. It hit the floor also yesterday, and we did work the floor, and it failed. It got 18 votes in favor and I think 49 against, so that bill is dead. Now filed currently is House Bill 1165, that is the Uniform Law on Custody of Children for Deployed Service People. And that hasn't been scheduled for hearing yet. It's been assigned to the House Judiciary. We have heard some concerns from the National Guard about some of the language, but I just got off the phone an hour ago, and we're working to see, make sure that we hopefully can accommodate their concerns and yet still preserve what we're trying to do nationwide, is to have one uniform law, so regardless of where you get sent, the law will be the same. One disconcerting bill was just dropped in yesterday. It's Senate Bill 128. And I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just plain offensive. And it tries to bootstrap our First Amendment rights of free speech into the ability to express whatever you want against people whose sexual orientation is different. And of course, we as lawyers understand that First Amendment gives us free speech. We may disagree with what people say, but they do have that constitutional right. And if the bill stopped there, it would simply be offensive, but it goes well beyond that. It attempts to say that we don't care what the federal Constitution is or federal statutes or what the U.S. Supreme Court says, that in our state we're an island of our own, and that bill in our state constitution trump all the others, which we as lawyers know simply isn't true. Another section mandates that if anybody files a lawsuit based on the protected speech that the bill seeks to cover, it directs that our courts shall dismiss with prejudice. It directs that our courts must impose punitive damages against the person who brought the lawsuit. And then in another provision, it mandates that anybody that gets sued, that the Attorney General defend them in that lawsuit. It tramples on so many different constitutional rights that I can't begin to cover it thoroughly on this little brief weekly update. I can tell you that I sent it out yesterday afternoon, and the bar commissioners directed that we add this particular bill to the kill list of the bills that we will attempt to defeat, and so I'll be going to work on that. We are monitoring obviously many other bills. I have, and this is very routine, I send out to the appropriate state bar standing committee copies of the legislation and say, I need your input, And I always say, and we need it fast because things can happen very quickly on the Hill. And so we do that, and then as soon as that report comes in, I send that on to the bar commissioners with their recommendation, and then as your lobbyist, I give them my recommendation, and then we go from there. And to the extent that, of course, we take any other positions on bills, you'll hear about it every Friday. We have a good weekend.